Before we start our big balloon parade for Christmas Day, we're going to commemorate, before the parade starts, a certain someone who played this certain character, and that is Caroll Spinney, who played Big Bird in Sesame Street as well as Oscar. Here, our Big Bird balloon is here to start off the parade with a nice, good old tribute. Caroll Spinney was a great person, and he taught everyone that it's okay to be good. Big Bird represents what a traditional 6-year-old is like. He wants to find out things and have a lot of fun alongside the way. And Oscar the Grouch, well, of course, he's just your regular average Muppet who feels like he's always grouchy. Big Bird and Oscar are still mourning today about the death of their former master. So are our clones, who have also joined in the route, because they are basically our equivalent to the Sesame Street float. So, we'd like to say thank you very much, Caroll Spinney, and thank you very much, Big Bird. Once again, furnished by Sesame Workshop. Now, we're on to starting the parade itself properly this time. Yep, it's the IME Entertainment Big Balloon Parade Christmas Day edition. Santa's already finished his things, so he's joining in the parade, delivering fun toys alongside the way. And as per usual, we start off with Chloe the Holiday Clown, and of course our Big Balloon Parade Golden Stars. But also starting off for the very first time is our market float, which is normally seen near the end of the parade, but this time it's right at the very start. It's our first main float. So here it represents a traditional Christmas market with basically there's people cooking, selling food, and a firefighter cooking some cookies in the oven. I bet that oven's really cold. There's even a nice delicious looking house as well. It's a fun little Christmas market indeed. And here for our second appearance, riding a Yellow Kitty aeroplane, is Hello Kitty, furnished by Sanrio. So, previously in previous parades, before she debuted in this design this year, Hello Kitty was a superhero known as Super Cute. But here she's riding a Yellow Kitty aeroplane, which is the very first balloon in the Big Balloon Parade to have an actual moving part. So if you can see, her propeller on her plane can move. Neat little Christmas present you've got there, Hello Kitty. We all like seeing you here. Don't forget, it's your birthday soon, so yeah. Now, here comes our Mr. Robot float. Anakin's on there again alongside a guy with a baguette. And a Geonosian Warrior's hanging on there for some reason too. This is a very unique float because it has a pullback motor. But it's attached to the float, so it will just do nothing. Yeah, it will do nothing at all. And then here comes a pumpkin for some reason. A jack-o'-lantern. It's not even Halloween or Thanksgiving anymore. And now here comes some guys doing things. There's an astronaut pulling a whatever that is and a guy on a little truck. Now here comes another balloon, our second major one. If you don't count Big Bird, it would be free. If you count Big Bird, and that is the Weeble. So previously he was wearing a Santa hat and now he's not for some reason. And he's once again furnished by Hasbro. So when you were little, I bet you were expecting these to come in your little Christmas stockings. These little Weebles who don't fall down. They'll always stay up. Weebles wobble, but they don't fall down. And this one is definitely wobbling. He's one of our largest floats in the parade. Now here comes an mini ice cream parlor float. And this has a lot of kids on it. The guy who's waiting, but is waving anyway. And there's a little girl who's really wanting an ice cream. Nice. And then here comes the Powerpuff Girls once again on their little float furnished by Cartoon Network and Warner Brothers. That is Blossom, Bubbles and Buttercup. Riding on a Mega Blaster Bot, an Octi, and the Powerpuff Girls smartphone. Which, does that even exist in the Powerpuff Girls universe? I have no idea. I hope it does, in a way. Otherwise it would just be too modern. Now here comes a little trike with a little boy on there. And Jay from Ninjago. And they're all moving about and skating around. And then here comes Spider-Man and all sorts of different Marvel heroes. There's Captain America, there's Wolverine, there's Thor, there's Lex Fury, and then there's the Hulk. All on this mini Marvel float, furnished of course by Marvel Entertainment Group. And always following that float is a balloon who we always are familiar with. He's a parade favourite, and that's Spider-Man, furnished also by the Marvel Entertainment Group. Yep, he's trying to spring a web onto minifigure Spidey, but Spidey knows that that's not himself, but oh well, at least he's still holding onto his own balloon. But yeah, we always enjoy seeing Spider-Man in our parade, and as I've said, he's one of our parade favourites. We've seen him for a couple of parades now. It's always nice, as I said, to see him. Because as I say, with great power becomes great responsibility. So, now we have our little boat with a firefighter driving it and a construction worker on top. Very weird, if you'd ask me. And it always seems like that's gonna top over or something. And then here comes the giant gun float. Weird addition to our parade, but it's something we always like seeing, so who cares? Now here comes another novelty balloon, and it's our Toy Soldier novelty balloon. Dressed up in black and blue. He always enjoys leading the way for whatever is coming up next. He is a band's leader after all, a bit like our former Quick Bunny balloon. Now here comes a float that we all like seeing, but this time only Captain Jack Sparrow is on the top. It's our Big Red Shoe Car. And who always, well I mean, almost always follows this Big Red Shoe Car? Well, Ronald McDonald himself, furnished by the McDonald's Corporation. Yep, he's right up in the air again. In the last parade, he debuted in this all-new tuxedo design. Looks like he's ready to celebrate the new year or something, and he's wearing a giant scarf and holding a big present with who knows what it could be in there. It's like he's holding a Christmas list of sorts. But wherever, Ronald is still fine and dandy in this beautiful looking tuxedo. Oh, this is weird. We got Superman on the Bat car, because Batman still hasn't returned from whatever. And we're already on to the second half of the parade, if you'd call it that, because we've already got the All the World Loves a Parade logo, so yeah. Now, the Gamer and Polo Jackson sends Robloxian are on this little balloon float furnished by the Macy's Parade Wiki, as per usual. And they're here ready to celebrate the festive holidays. And he's still wearing a tuxedo, once again. And here is Harvey Bull's smile, furnished by Harvey Bull. A nice favourite novelty balloon. Ready to make the day give the world a good smile on Christmas Day. Now, here comes another giant float, and it's the giant aeroplane float. Loco Loco and a fake Pepperoni are on there. We already saw Pepperoni today in the parade. Well, actually, we haven't seen him yet, but he will be here very, very soon. And who's behind all of them? Who must it be? Yep, and behind Pikachu is another yellow friend, and that is none other than SpongeBob SquarePants, furnished by Nickelodeon. So, SpongeBob and Gary the Snail are travelling about in Gary's second parade with SpongeBob. He's been with Patrick before and of course on his own, but once again, as I said, last time it was Gary's debut in the parade, and a neat one indeed. SpongeBob's looking fine and dandy in his smart red tie, his shirt and his trousers, aka Square Pants. He's smiling ahead. Of course, always following SpongeBob is our awesome looking SpongeBob and Sandy sponge float, also furnished by, of course, Nickelodeon. Now, here comes the ATO Adventures crew, furnished by IME Entertainment. Of course, the company that makes this parade. So we have the 4 main crew members, and the villains are always nearby as well. We already saw the main villains, so yep. And there's the old Pikachu car, which they use as mode of transportation now. And now here comes a duo of electrifying creatures. So here we have Pichu, who debuted in the last parade for the very first time, as well as our good pal Pikachu, a parade favourite who's appeared ever since the very first Big Balloon Parade, both furnished by the Pokemon Company International. So Pichu is a baby Pokemon that can store electricity in its cheeks and can evolve into a Pikachu, who can also store electricity in its cheeks and use powerful moves like Volt Tackle, Thunderbolt, Electro Web and Electro Ball. Amazing moves indeed. If you can see, Pikachu's also holding a Pokeball, which is strange because Pikachu doesn't normally like being in a Pokeball. Well, for Ash's Pikachu, but still. You can see Pikachu, Pichu and all various other Pokemon in Pokemon Sword and Shield in the trading card game. And an all-new anime series coming in next year. Ooh, robotics. Neat looking robotics. Ah, oof. Now here comes the blue stars. Nice, bright and blue. Now here comes more robotics, and I'm riding it, if you'd get what I mean. Because look, I've got a microphone too. Right next to the float pile. Now here comes a couple of novelties and a couple of services too. So here's the a nice little panda bear, and then we got Harold the policeman right over there, and just coming up is Harold the fireman. Interesting how all of them can just duplicate. And now here comes the Pepperoni's float. It's a mini skateboarding rink. And that's followed up by Hippo and Duck from Silent Night. And they're celebrating Christmas in their pyjamas all day, every day. Furnished, of course, by Silent Night. Hippo and Duck are here for their third parade now. Looking very neat in blue and white. Straight to pyjamas. And Duck isn't really wearing anything. And when they get back, they're going to have a nice lie down on a nice Silent Night mattress and pillow. Made out of nice duck feathers. Kind of weird that Duck isn't freaked out by that, but it's still nice indeed to have a nice good night's sleep with Silent Night beds. Now we're on to the Disney section of the parade. A whole lot of fun if you'd ask me. So here is the Star Wars float promoting the rise of Skywalker with some of your favourite characters from the first few trilogies. From the first two trilogies. And of course Luke Skywalker riding up front. Furnished by Lucasfilm. And there we are, it's gone. Now Homer is on his little buggy again because guess what balloons are coming up? Well, you'll just have to guess. This guy's yellow. This guy wears a white shirt. And he works at a power plant. And he has a big family. One of the most famous families in the world. Who could this be, you may ask? So, here's Homer Simpson, furnished by Fox Broadcasting Company and Disney. And of course, Homer is wearing a nice bright tie. It's not a Christmas one, sadly, but at least he's got a nice Christmassy treat. A delicious looking donut. And Mickey's behind him. And behind the balloon itself is, of course, the Simpsons float. But let's have a nice good look at Homer, because we need to have a good time to see him. And of course there's a little Simpsons float, or buggy, on the Disney wagon. And all the Simpsons characters are riding on there, feeling fine and dandy. Now, here is Santa Mickey himself, wanting to deliver the presents to all the good Disney characters around. Of course, it can't be a Mickey float without our favourite mouse himself, depicted as a giant balloon. Mickey Mouse, furnished by Walt Disney Company. Much like with Goofy behind him. And in fact, if you want to, here's Goofy himself, decked up in beautiful looking Santa gear. And he too is furnished by the Walt Disney Company. Mickey and Goofy, two good pairs indeed. But it doesn't stop here. Alongside Goofy in a Santa costume and Mickey wearing his normal outfit with a collared shirt, Minnie and Donald are on their balloonicles, sitting on them. And they too are furnished by Disney. So, it's a big Disney Christmas indeed. Now, let's move on. Now, here comes the nice looking Percy the Penguin with the two elves on there. Now here comes the candy cane, a giant looking delicious piece of material. Now here comes another awesome looking float. It's these two kids and they're trying to play air hockey or something, but something's not quite right. At least these nice looking lights are on in a way. So there we are. That's nice. Oh, and just to note, here's this little candy cane. And then there's a little nice teddy bear who's snapped up in his Christmas stocking for the holidays. And that is Snuggle, furnished by Hemrickle North American Consumer Goods. Zip Snuggle is always here with us every Christmas to promote the holiday season, of course. Yeah, he's just waving to the crowd in a nice, beautiful red Christmas stocking. Chasing after that candy cane, if you saw, even though it's nearby, afloat and not anything else. He's one of 2 balloons left in the parade for characters. The other one, I think you know who he is. He'll be coming up in about 5 minutes, because this is going to be a long non-character bit. See you later, Snuggle. See you next Christmas. Now, we're on to Santa's Toy Factory, which seems to be really packed full of toys. What's going on? Are the toys, like, wanting to do something or something? I have no idea, but there's lots of them. And all my friends are trying to sort out which ones can stay and which ones can go. Here's a character who we find out that Santa Claus really does exist, and that is, yes, Virginia. It's nice to see her back again as one of our favourite novelties. Now, this float used to be kind of big, but now it's much smaller. It's our Christmas tree float, or a singing Christmas tree with a little stage on the side. So you can see, little woman is singing Christmas carols. What kind of Christmas carols could they be? I have no idea. But wherever she's singing, they must be good ones indeed. Now here comes a little drone and 2 kids trying to control it. This thing can be quite dangerous at times, so just please be careful. Eek. Now, here comes Sunny the Snow Pal, a female snowman girl, or snow powers they call it. Nice little cute character indeed. Right next to Jelt the Snowman, his little mentor. One of my favourite novelties, if you be honest. Now, little boy is snowboarding on the ground. And then there's a woman doing some awesome things as well. Cool tricks, if you'd ask me. And as I mentioned, here is Jelt the Snowman. Jelt, unlike Sunny, is a balloonicle, so he can move on his own. He doesn't need to be held up by a straw. So, at least that's a good thing. And there it goes. And alongside the way, we've got powered sled, normally used to deliver presents, and then there's 4 or someone on there for some reason. And there's a snowboarder or snowmobiler who also wants to deliver as many presents as possible. Now, here comes our snow family float, full of all sorts of different snow people. And they've already gotten ready for Christmas because they're here, whatever the weather, because they're only falloons. They're not balloons, so they're different if you'd ask me. And we have seen them for many parades now. Sometimes we see them at the end when Santa's absent, sometimes we see them whenever. But they're always near the end of the parade. Now, here comes the winning elf from the Macy's Parade Wiki contest. He represents the actual Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade with a row and everything, and the Macy's store and a candy cane and everything. Very nice designed elf indeed. Furnished by the Macy's Parade Wiki and Mickey Mouse Lover 2001. Now, here comes our final main float. The Peanuts gang are skating on the lake. Ready to end this decade with a good old bang. Because, guess who's coming up soon? Yep, you can see him. Santa Claus, but not before one final balloon. And here he is. It's Ice Skating Snoopy himself. furnished by, of course, Peanuts Worldwide. So you can see Snoopy can skate in the air for some reason, or by the power of the straws that are holding him up. He's our highest flyer in the parade, alongside Snuggle and Santa Goofy, because he really does enjoy his ice skating indeed. He is the world's famous ice skater, alongside Flying Ace and Astronaut and any others. And don't forget to watch Snoopy in Space, only on Apple TV+. Because does Snoopy really want to be an astronaut? Well, you'll just have to see. And now, here it comes. Here is the Goofy Gnome, leading the way for someone we all know and love, Santa Claus. Finished delivering the presents from the North Pole. Santa has ended our parade with a bang. The last parade of this decade. Oh, 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 oh. Thank you for watching this parade. It was fun delivering presents, and it was more fun being in this parade with my trusty old Huskies as bait. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoy it. Thanks for watching, and bye for now. Bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye. The end.